Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Quick Draw, we're hitting it so hard and fast that even the neighbors can hear when we take a look at the Hikou Prime. Holy crap, is it just me, or is this thing loud as all hell? Regardless, our flailing has once again reached supersonic speeds with the release of the Hikou's Prime variant. Now, there have been some interesting stat tweaks that go along with the gold gilding, so the question is, how does it stack up against the rest of the throwing secondaries? Now, as I stated in a previous Prime video, I'm going to leave a couple links in the description box below that tend to have the most up-to-date information, because, let's be real, I'm not going to remember to annotate this video if they change the drop tables, so if you're curious, that's where it'll be. Now, the Hikou Prime's primary base damage is puncture, which makes me extremely happy since it works well against armored enemies. It also doesn't suffer any penalties against infested units, however, it doesn't fare well against corpus shielding, so, as I always say, be sure to put on the proper elemental mods according to the faction. It just makes life easier. Now, the Hikou Prime has possibly one of the most interesting stat tweaks that I've seen on a variant in a long time. While it gets an increase in base damage, it also has had its fire rate reduced. Don't panic though, its burst DPS has increased from 160.8 to 185.6. Now, I actually feel like the change is pretty smart. What it's effectively done is increased its ammo efficiency. See, although this is a Prime variant, I'd still consider it a low damage, high fire rate weapon, which in many instances means that it's gonna burn through ammo. And add in the fact that it's a projectile weapon that has a slight arc, I think we should be very happy about the stat set. Speaking of ammo, it has also had its magazine increased by 6, and its reload speed knocked down to an astonishing 0.5. This solidifies the Hikou Prime's spot at the top of the throwing weapons category, in both burst and sustained DPS. And while its critical chance and multiplier haven't changed, it has had a slight increase to its status chance, which actually works halfway decently with this weapon due to its extremely high fire rate. Now, speaking of speed, can we talk? Okay, so there's been a phrase that has been thrown around for ages, but for those of you who don't know, the term Minuteman is used to refer to someone who doesn't last particularly long in the boudoir. Now, it's always had a bit of a negative connotation, but I don't actually feel like it's all too horrible as long as it's not literal, and I don't know, maybe it's worse in the straight world. Because in my eyes, it means number 1, I'm doing a good job. Number 2, I do not have to get too sweaty. Number 3, we can go in for more rounds, kind of like Spanish tapas versus a full Sunday roast. And number 4, which is by far the most important, if I can look at you and know that I can knock you out in about 10 minutes and move on with the rest of my life, then that is some damn good time management. In fact, I've got another script to write, so let's get back to the quick draw. All in all, the Hikou Prime is pretty damn good. It's not the best, but a solid damn good. And keep in mind, this is coming from someone who doesn't particularly like low base damage, high fire rate weapons. So if it is your type, you may just be jizzing all over the place for this. It comes with 2 innate V polarities, which is amazing since it cuts down the cost on 2 essential mods for this weapon. I think the only issue that I do have is the fact that while its mechanics have increased its ammo efficiency, its larger mag size and faster reload make it easier for players to burn through their ammo stocks quite quickly. However, that is highly reliant on player skill. But regardless, for all of you throwing weapon fanatics out there, I definitely feel like the Hikou Prime will leave you seeing stars. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw. I'll leave you a link for the fanboying I did over Nick's Prime Access, as well as the link to the upcoming Sindo Prime video. Now, don't forget to do the thing that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more fast-moving hands here at A Gay Guy Plays. Yep, it's official. Drones are the worst.